All right, so it's been a while since I've done one of these. People have been wondering where I've been. Where the channel's still going on. We've been kind of life's been crazy, so I've been doing just kind of weekly, bi-weekly interviews with farmers at the local farmers market. It allowed the channel to stay consistent while I was really busy. But I've been doing some self-reflection, trying to figure out what direction we wanted to take the channel in. This is still, hey, Kevin, but, kind of going into it, I've been, doing research with other podcasters, watching other podcasts to see how they do their podcasts, take some tips and tricks, taking some advice, and, a lot of them are see what the people decide. Well, slowing down and just doing interviews with farmers is great and all. There's a bunch of people that are yeah, we get to, it's very informative, but at the same time, the people are still looking for Kevin and his tirades or roundtable discussions, just those long-form discussions. And so those are coming back, and I'd like to focus more on those as well. We'll still have the one-on-one interviews with farmers, local members of the community. I want to make the YouTube channel start going in the direction that, you would imagine a television station in, where you tune to a channel and it's got different aspects. Still on the same theme of this is Kevin, this is his life. Have some quality time with the kids, but find some creative way to add it to the channel. My little brother reached out to me recently. He wants to just kind of bullshit and play video games, and there's a whole slew of people on YouTube doing that. We can have a small tidbit of the channel about that. Do my tirades and harangues. I've still got a few people that are interested in upcoming topics, things like that. Want to expand into the local and national political realm. Discussions on current events, topics, things like that. Still doing interviews with members of the community. So it's a lot of work, but I want to start peppering a lot of these things into my daily life so that you as the viewer can see what it's about, but at the same time I don't have to take time out of my day to stage something. It's something that I can normally do in my activities during the day. I was talking with little Miley about doing videos between me driving her to school in the morning or whatever. We used to do that. I used to GoPro on the dashboard, and I never went through any of the footage, but it was one of those things that we could have those kind of discussions, a little like father-daughter talks the way to school, things like that. So everything's up for discussion. But that was the direction I wanted to take it in. And then I also wanted to talk to my viewers. Obviously you guys, by your viewership or stopping me on the street or sending me private messages and telling me, hey, we need more from Kevin. We need more banter. Some people are just I just like it all around, and they're just, whether it's interviews or it's, harangues or boardroom discussions, whatever, it's all, there's certain people that just soak it all up. Certain people are in one category or the other. And this way, if I diversify, I either catch people that like it all, or if you only tune into the one, we'll have that for you. So that's where we are with that. Message in the comments what you like. Tell your friends to subscribe. That's a big deal, because otherwise you'll never know when videos are coming out. And then the last thing is what I have been up to. So between running all the businesses and things like that and trying to keep everything above water, small business owner in New York State, if colonoscopy could be used in the business world, it would be a small business owner in New York State. That would be the definition in medical terms. That and to help relieve stress from running a business in New York State, I've been getting up early. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts where there's people that are very successful, and what it has shown me was that it's kind of it's exciting watching famous or successful people and to have them tell you tips and tricks. And so I've been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan, a lot of Jordan Peterson, some different inspirational clips from like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, things like that. Just kind of like different interviews that other people do, different advice that other people have, and it's really kind of helped me craft my life a little bit better to handle the stresses of the world. A lot of people get stressed out, and I was drinking a lot. Not saying it's a problem. Drinking is never a problem. That's how I was raised. So, but I also have found that it wasn't a problem for me to stop drinking. So I've slowed down quite a bit. I think this past week I've had like 5 beers. Yeah. I'll probably have one. There's another video I want to put out tonight. Just an idea or topic that an idea that I've kind of been unpacking. So that'll be up here shortly. But I did want to go through and talk about these things that have been going on in my life. I have a garden. That's a great stress reliever. I've been getting up early every morning, anywhere between 4:30 and 6 o'clock. The not drinking portion, or having very little to just, I used to come home and drink a 12-pack and just be like, oh my God, look at all this work I've got to do. And then but I haven't felt the need for that because I haven't been as stressed. Getting up early, I've been stretching, trying to put in a half an hour every day of exercise. And I feel like that overwhelming feeling, if you wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, you feel like the day has slipped away from you. All of a sudden, something distracts you from 9 to 10, and you're like, oh my God, the rest of my day is just gone. And it's not, but that overwhelming angst of the day really does just beat your demeanor to death. You go through the whole day. It's like if you wake up at I guess a better example would be waking up at noon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was getting that because I had so much to do during my day. I was getting that at 8. If I got distracted between 8 and 9, it was like a precursor for my whole day. So getting up at 4:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere in there, doing some stretching, making my bones feel better, body and mind. So it really did help. Plus, having the garden, fresh vegetables all day long. I've got so many tomatoes, I'm just putting them in a blender before they go bad, with cucumbers and squash and other things like that. The kids eat quite a bit of fruit, but they don't eat it fast enough, so I just throw the stuff that's starting to turn right into a blender. I've been 4 glasses of this stuff a day, and it's not bad, and it's really healthy. And so just trying to cut back all the crap out of my diet, but that still won't change who I am. I still have that whole the world can take this, so that's a good thing. This is kind of just a more docile video I wanted to put out tonight. Just a lot of people, where'd Kevin go? To get killed? If you're not in my area, you don't read the local paper, you haven't seen the Kevin's still being Kevin, just on a local platform, and not this World Wide Web platform. So but yeah, that was it. That's what I've been doing. That's where I've been, and I'm back. So I'm really excited for some of the upcoming stuff. A lot of it, political season's coming up. So we've got a few political campaigns that are going on here locally, and hopefully we'll get some of those people on the show. I wanted to get. I made a list of new and surprising guests. Not surprising, but just new and upcoming guests. I've been trying to put together, get people on the show, small business owners, things like that. A lot of them are people like you and me. You don't realize that how much you have in common with your mechanic, for example, until you start talking to him and realizing, or see him on a podcast. And you're like, oh my God, that guy fixes my car, and we agree on the same political views, except for this, and that, or 90% of it's there. You'd be surprised how many people are just like you out there. I get stopped on the street a lot. People are like, you said this word or that word. Other people are like, hey, good for you, man. I say those words all day. Or you have this view and I like it. Or you have this view and I don't like it. Discourse is the way of the future. If we can talk civilly, we can get a little heated. But you can accomplish quite a bit by at least having the conversation. If you ignore somebody and just call them a Nazi or whatever, whatever the go-to snowflake word is, no, you're not going to get anything accomplished. And so the best thing you can do in this world to those people that don't want to converse with you is just to yourself or to them, just say, piss on it. Piss on you. That's it. That's what you do with snowflakes, right? You make yellow snow. So I don't melt the snow. I just make yellow snow. So thanks for subscribing if you haven't already. Down below there's a subscribe button, and I will see you guys here very shortly with my next topic item for discussion. So